We've heard the term that you attract more with honey than vinegar, but this does apply to business as well. A lot of people just leave that in the dating world or friendship and relationships, but in the business world, this definitely applies. And today's video is a business 101. If you want to lock in that deal, if you want to climb higher in the social ladder in the career world, you are going to need this video. But before we get into it first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Creating Elude Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. This is, for me, lessons that I learned when I was in corporate that helped me to get to a point, and I feel like it will help you guys also. And one thing that I've learned in my marketing class, and especially the branding class, is, hey, you are a brand. And I don't mean that like an influencer. You don't have to be an influencer to realize that you are a brand. Every day you get up, you go to work, you are a brand. You, the person, are a brand. And you have to move as if you know that, okay? So number one that I have is, because I have 9 of them, the number one is how you speak. No slang, no cursing. When you want to charm your business partners and close deals, proper grammar, slow and articulate, especially if you speak multiple languages. Take your time. Don't rush to speak. If you're having correspondence through email or text, then write out all your words. And I do have a video on art of speech and in seductive speech, which I'll pin in the comments for you guys. Well, actually, I'll pin my business playlist in the comments for you guys, because I have a whole playlist for business and finance. Slang is a no. Depending on where job you work, also what your career path is. But 99.9% of career fields, the person who speaks with the best grammar and doesn't curse or use slang or whatever, they tend to go up higher. You want to speak in a way universally people can understand you. Even here on YouTube, if I made a specific channel for Haitian Americans to watch, there's words I can use that I expect Haitian Americans to understand, or certain terms, or if I call you sumun right now, you watch it, you don't know what sumun means. So if I make a joke and use the word sumun, it means like you're a busybody. Like you're everywhere. You're in everybody's face. You're everybody's friend. You do too much, basically, right? But if I was just using language like that, which is slang, whatever, from my culture or from my environment, and I have a global audience, I have people that's watching me from France or whatever. Comment below where you're watching me from, by the way, your flag. Let's do a little experiment. Show me, where are you from? If you're watching from these places, you wouldn't understand a slang like that I use, because it's for a specific audience, right? So business is kind of like that. I can't come on YouTube and speak away. I have to speak in a way universally. No matter where you're watching, you're going to understand what I'm saying. I have to use words that everyone that's watching should be able to understand. That's how my platform will be open to everybody and grow. When you're in business, you have to speak in a way everybody should be able to understand you. You're not alienating whole groups of people that you're trying to market to or give business to. Unless you have a specific target audience that this is who you're targeting, that's your specific target audience, that's different. But if you're selling a car, you don't try to really have target audiences for car. Maybe a minivan, you show family, you know, families will be the ones to buy it. But there's a lot of people that don't have families that love minivans. Maybe that's just their style. You like that. So you try to have a broader approach. And when you have a broader vocabulary, and you have a vocabulary that doesn't limit you, put you in a box, because certain vocabularies put you in a box when you speak that way. And if I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, because I know I keep it real in this video, even if you don't like what I'm saying, as a Black woman, y'all know how we talk. Y'all know how we talk when we're relaxed. This is why you'll see African Americans, Black people, Haitians, whatever, we have a voice that we use at work. I use a voice at work where we call it our white voice. I know, but I have to keep it real with y'all. But when I was in corporate, I'd be like, hello, I make a call. Hello, thank you for calling 3D Financial. This is Corinne. How may I help you? Blah, 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 blah. Who would you like to speak to? May I transfer you? Blah, 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 blah. Like your voice is just a little bit more that universal, you know, professionalism that you'll say. But how I talk regular, this is how I speak, right? How I speak. I might not say proper, because if I say how I talk, somebody say that's not proper grammar wise, but it's really tough when you speak multiple languages, which is something that I struggled with. So I had to learn, because I speak fast too. So I had to learn when I'm in business, slow all the way down. I articulate my words. I avoid speaking in a way that box me in, because now, unfortunately, that's the world. We don't use our Black voice at work because there still is a lot of people that are prejudiced. That's just it. I worked in corporate. I know I have a lot of friends that are doctors, surgeons, and nurses, even in the medical field. I have a friend with an assisted living. He owns the assisted living. He owns it. It's his assisted living with older people. And the white older people in there don't be wanting no Black workers to touch them. They could be on their deathbed. They don't want you to touch them. I'm like, this is crazy. Do you know but a lot of them deal with dementia, Alzheimer's. So I don't even know where they're at. Their families is not prejudiced, like the daughters or whatever that put them in assisted living. But these older people are. And there's younger people that are like that too. That I used to work in sales where I had to do a lot of sales call. And if they could figure out that I'm Black, a lot of people will hang up or don't even want to hear you. That's just unfortunate. I can't make it up. So you learn to speak in a way where they can't even detect. You have to, do your voice. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. I know that sounds pretty controversial, what I'm saying, but it's true. And unfortunately, this is me just keeping it real with you guys, not to give you false information. The higher up you get, the more money you start making, the higher up you get into the social ladder where you start dealing with multimillionaires, you start dealing with billionaires. Listen, your vocabulary has to be on point, your speech. And especially if you're Black, it's unfortunate. You're going to have to take way more precaution in your presentation than anybody else. You have to be, a sense, perfect. You have to work 10 times. It's not a victim thing or anything. That's just from experience. I know I don't subscribe to this whole victim thingy. That's not it, but it's the facts. And I've been in corporate. I've had the same credentials as others, and I had to prove myself more and go the extra mile and do more to get just half of what the other person is getting. Okay, so that's just the reality. So let your odds be in favor by watching your vocabulary, your grammar, your speech. Pay extra close attention, especially when you're an immigrant. We have it even harder. You have to be the best for them to even take you serious. And people make fun of people's accents because I worked really hard to mask my accent when I was younger. Every now and then it peeks out, but people don't understand that anyone with an accent, it just proves that they know how to speak multiple languages that you probably couldn't even say. And so you have people in the comments that always want to correct the grammar, but can you say 2 words in French? I didn't think so. Anyways, number 2 is have positive body language. Body language is often the first thing people notice about you. So make sure you're sending the right message. I know y'all hate to hear it, but smile more. Stand up straight. Don't hunch your shoulders. Relax your necks and arms. Uncross those arms and remember to breathe. Make eye contact. Have firm handshake. And don't hide out in the corner. Hold a pen or a cup if you have to, but stand confidently. Why I say hold a pen or a cup if you have to, I've been in many settings where I'm very socially shy. I'm very timid, okay? There's been people that subscribe to this channel that met me in real life. And y'all see, I be real awkward. I don't even know what to say. Hi. I don't know what to say. I'm really shy. So when I was in corporate, if they'd have a meeting, especially when I worked my first one in the office, there was a whole bunch of people. And if you have to, they do these little parties where they wouldn't tell you it's mandatory, but you knew you better be there at the party. You can't keep missing every corporate function party. So it's kind of like, oh my goodness, I gotta go in there. I gotta relax because I know I don't want to come off away. And it helps to hold on to something. So grab your glass of champagne, hold it. If it's more of a relaxed, like Christmas type of party with just a cup, grab my little cup, hold it. If it's in a meeting, business meeting, and before it starts, when people are networking, hold a pen, play with the pen, talk, like fidget with something, but not in an obvious way like you fidgeting, but it's a self-soothing mechanism for me that helps a lot when I'm in those environments. To have something in my hands, I don't look as awkward, because when we feel uncomfortable, we don't know what to do with our hands and our bodies. Our bodies just look awkward. We don't know what to do. So give your body something to do, meaning hold something. Don't keep self-grooming because that is a sign that you're very uncomfortable. And I would do that a lot. I would just be looking, self-grooming, touching my hair, like, and it looks like you're very uncomfortable. Enter into every room as if you belong there. You click on my business playlist. I have a video on imposter syndrome that talks about this exactly. Check that out. But walk into every room like you belong there. You belong there. Fake it till you make it. I'll say that. But watch your posture. Come off a little bit relaxed. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. Remind yourself. And it's okay to sit. I'm saying don't be in the corner like ducked off completely the whole night. But every now and then, it's okay to take a break to go sit when it's too much. Let me sit for a minute, but don't just be glued to your phone. You can sit, make eye contact with a couple people, smile, wave even, and just, hold your cup. You're taking sips, but don't be glued to the phone. I know it's easier said than done, but remember in every video I tell you guys, these things take time because it was years of working that until I mastered it. Now, some people might think I'm super confident, even though I'm a little awkward. It's still, if I have to be confident, I will be confident because it's practice. So keep practicing. Number 3 is confidence is addictive. We naturally think people who are more confident are more competent and trustworthy. Confident people land more deals than those who appear unsure of themselves or lackluster. There is a difference between confidence and arrogance, so remain humble. But be sure of yourself. Don't come in arrogant. I'm the king of the world. Everybody come into a room. Yes, you belong there, but I don't mean everyone's beneath you and they're peasants. Your place is solidified here, but still remain humble, but have that confidence, that surety of yourself. Build confidence. I have a lot of videos on my Level Up playlist, my business playlist, of course, too, and mental health, even to help you to have, to understand how to build your confidence. So check those out. But confidence is key because it's addictive, it's attractive. I've been in business meetings where the person is, well, they look so unconfident. We don't want to work with them. We don't want to use your software. We don't want to go into business with you or partner with you. You don't even know what you're saying. You're not confident. And it was always the people that came in confident, smiling, bright smile. One of the best business meetings I went on, it was a lady that was trying to sell us software to use at the finance office that I was working for. It was like a file. The software kept files on all of our clients and stuff like that. And she came in so, I was just watching, taking mental notes of just her confidence, She just took control of everything. Oh, I took a lot of notes from her. She was just so confident, and she was young too, very pretty young woman. And she sold the deal on her own. I learned something from that you disarm people from your confidence. Because as I'm looking at my bosses, well, why did we go with her? It wasn't because she's pretty or this, because they were in a nice way. There were people that presented their companies to us that looked physically, that was up there too, that was, in a sense, some might even find more attractive. So it wasn't the looks why we went with her. It was the confidence. The confidence sold the deal. You just knew she knows what she's talking about. She sold the room. She sold the software. That's what I mean. Confidence can make the difference because you can't rely on your looks or just your physical appearance, your tie, or the watch you're wearing, your car. That's not enough to land a business deal. Knowing your stuff is not even enough, because there were people that I probably thought, because I told you guys I used to hire people too, and there were people that knew their stuff better, but they lacked confidence. They lacked a lot of, I did a lot of videos on my business playlist on the process that I used to use to hire people. And yeah, you have to be tough. You have to know, because a lack of confidence, even if you know your stuff, if you have a lack of confidence and we're hiring you to deal with clients, we know we're not going to have a good outcome with you, because clients will be attracted to those with confidence. So yes, you know your stuff. It's unfortunate that I can't go with you. I have to choose someone else who has more confidence, because they're going to bring in more sales at the end of the day. Even if they don't know what they're talking about, their confidence enough is addictive and is going to be able to sell what we're trying to sell. Number 4 is presentation matters, how you dress, grooming habits, and overall appearance. And I told you guys that, and I can't even remember the video, but it's in my business playlist. That's link in the comments. Looks matter. I think that's what it was. And we did it based on Forbes study and stuff like that. But Unfortunately, yes, I would hire like that too. If someone's grooming was not on point, it's an indication that you're not going to care about my business because you don't even care about yourself. But not just that, grooming, especially if you work in a field where you're dealing with clients and you're attracting clients, they look at that. Like, I'm not going to trust someone to help me purchase my first home or do financial advising for me. I worked in a financial sector, I'm not going to trust you to do that for me if your body order met me at the door. I opened the door and your body order just hit me. That's very distracting. You don't want nothing to distract you from the deal that you're trying to make, right? If you're speaking, most of your job is to speak. That's why I say a lot of people save money to buy a lot of luxury items, but they don't save money to go get the braces, go get the Invisalign. Not veneers. No, let me not do that. But don't. By now, there's so many cautionary tales of veneers. Don't do it. But go to your dentist and situate it because you're using your mouth to speak. People are looking. In your face, you are the brand. Like I said, you are the brand. You are the brand. You are a product first. And the product got to be in good shape. The product has to be in good shape. So be in shape. Do this face care. You're going to have better odds, better chances to be successful. There is such a thing as pretty privilege, and we're biased ourselves. Even if we don't uphold ourselves to the same standards, like I could let myself go and not be up to par in my physical appearance and still be biased and want whoever's selling me something to be that way. This is why commercials with pretty people tend to do better. They sell more products. We're just our bias. So you are the product. Do not neglect your physical presentation. Number 5 is don't cut people off. Wait your turn to speak. Be a good listener and make efforts to remember names. That goes very far. When you make an effort to remember the names of people love to hear their own names. And people love to hear the sound of their own voice. And look at me talking to you guys on here. But I learned in business meetings to not always do the bulk of the talking. The more the person feels like they're in control, the easier it is to bend them to your will and make a sale. I know that sounds so bad, manipulative, right? But that's the business world. It's a cutthroat. You're trying to make sales. That's that. So let the person feel like they're in control. And people feel like they're in control when they feel like they have the last say, that they can talk uninterrupted. The people who interrupt people the most are usually people that want to assert their dominance in a room. And if in business, sometimes it's more beneficial to not be as combative. That is attracting with honey, to just let them get the last word, let them talk, wait your turn to speak, and do not interrupt, but also remember names, repeat back what they said to you. That's a mark of a good listener. I don't mean just looking at the person you checked out and you're thinking about the food in your fridge. No, actually pay attention to what they're saying. Repeat back to them what they're saying. They see you're a good listener, their guard is going to be down. You can take many of times I've spoken to people that were so ready to, be combative, and they were disarmed just because I listened. And I was like, and be an empathetic listener. Agree when you have to. I'm not saying be a yes man or a no man, but really try to put yourself in that person's position. Be like, well, if someone was trying to sell me something, I'd be pretty skeptical and ready to be aggressive too. Or it might not be selling something. Like, I worked in sales first. That was my first corporate. But when it was more advising and stuff like that, I'm speaking to someone, especially when it was in repairing their credits, helping them to get financially back on track. A lot of people would be resistant to the advice because you're going deep into their business. Hey, what do you spend that extra money you spend buying weed all the time, you have to cut it out. The bottle, buying alcohol, all those food, is you really go into their expenses and you're like, this got to cut out. A lot of people will be resistant and they want to explain themselves because they feel like you're judging them. Don't understand. Don't cut them off. Be like, I don't even want to hear it. You just got to know. Explain yourself. Let them feel like I'm an empathetic listener. Like, that's what I mean by an empathetic listener is, hey, okay, I understand life be tough. So you want to take the edge off. You want to, puff, pass. And so you make a budget for that. And you have to have your bottle of wine every night. To the mom's like, oh, I finally done. I need my bottle of wine. Like, I understand. I hear you. But you do have goals. You do have things you want to do. You say you want a house by 2025. there's some sacrifices that will have to be made. Is there any other methods of relaxation that you could probably indulge in that that won't cost you? What else can you do to get the same feeling without having to spend? And let's talk about it. Let's go through it. This is what I mean by that. And these are real conversations you have with people when you're trying to help them to get back financially on track. Really tough conversations. So you're more effective to get a repeat client or to be effective when you're an empathetic listener. Okay? They don't feel judged. They feel heard. And you repeat bad things to them. You're listening. You let them get the last word too. Don't push too hard. If they're not getting what you're saying, okay, like it is what it is. Your job in business is not always to fight with people. Number 6 is don't keep allowing others to cut you off either. Assert yourself. It's okay to say, hey, I hear what you're saying, but allow me to finish making this point real quick, or let me finish my train of thought. I don't want to forget what I'm saying. I'll get back to you. In the business world, it can be dog eat dog, so you get the respect you tolerate and allow, so always assert yourself. There are situations where you have to, hey, I hear you, hear me out. I just want to finish my thought real quick. And calmly say that. If you see they're determined to not let you speak, be like, let's take a break from the conversation real quick, because it's getting combative. We're not taking turns or allowing each other to speak. And assert yourself and cut it off. Don't let them be like, no, but it's not going to continue. Unless the person's like, oh, you're right, I'm sorry, continue, because that has happened. Don't continue. Because in business, you get the respect that you tolerate. So don't just be letting people cut you off. Even in friendships and relationships or daily life, don't let people keep cutting you off. Tell them, hey, allow me to finish. Would you allow me to finish? Oh, man. Be gentle with it, but firm. Be assertive. Number 7 is remember, in business, there are no friends. I'm not saying you have to be cutthroat, but understand that others are cutthroat. Those who make it to the top 1% of the world did not get there by way of rainbows and candy dreams. They had grit and had to be tough. Remain grounded and solid, just like Joseph in the Bible. But also remember, Joseph served a sentence for a crime he did not commit. His employer believed the false accusations and locked him up. In your career, there will be false accusations because someone wants to replace you. There will be bullies and backbiting. Stay grounded, but stay aware and vigilant. Move and silence, and don't be too eager to share your formulas and ideas. I did a video on workplace bullies. There will be workplace bullies. There will be people that want your position. Once you start going to the top, that will happen. So there's no friends in a business. Be nice, be polite to everybody, be a good Christian, but understand that you have to be vigilant also. You have to be aware that people will be coming for your spot. People will want that promotion over you. They will feel like you're not deserving, and there will be bullies. And it's a cutthroat dog eat dog. So don't just share your ideas, share too much. Still move in silence in the workplace, and understand that you didn't come to work to, maybe some people do, they go to work to make friends, but the goal is to provide for your family, provide for yourself, to be safe out here. So don't just let your guard down. So the richest people in the world are very cutthroat because they have to be. They have to be. The higher you get to the top, you have to be aware. I'm not saying to be cutthroat and to get everybody, but there's no friends. Even here on YouTube, I have another channel and this and that, and it's more popular than this. And this is where a lot of people would reach out and try to be friends with me that's in the same industry. And y'all see the YouTube dramas that be going on, creators against creators. It's very cutthroat. The way I come in, I was like, there's no friends here. There's some that you really get close to and you rock with. You pray about it. You have discernment. But I do understand not everybody's intentions is pure, so I'm vigilant. And I pray about every interaction. And I know, ain't no friends. Ain't no friends. You have to think of that in every industry. Number 8 is be able to read the room. Have social grace and poise. Don't be that guy who can't read the room. Try to remember birthdays and be generous with thank you cards, etc. Say thank you. Business networking is about making lasting connections because that will open doors for you. Send holiday cards to your business partners in network groups. Send birthday trinkets and never arrive empty-handed if invited to a network partner's home. Like if you're networking and you get invited to play golf or go to a home or holiday party or whatever at the boss's house or something, never arrive empty-handed. Send thank you notes to, even if it's your fellow coworker that helped you out, that had your back, that spotted you one day, picked up a shift for you. It's okay to say thank you with a thank you card or bring them a little trinket. Thank you for picking up the shift for me last minute, this and that. Have social poise and grace. Now, I know I just said there's no friends, but I tell you, there's meaningful connections. To be vigilant. There will be some people that this is networking that will scratch your back, and you have to learn to scratch your back too. Be generous with your thank yous. Be generous with holiday cards. If, you go into your boss's house, maybe he does a holiday party. You remember birthdays even. Hey, how's this person? Happy birthday to them. Yeah, I see it in the movies all the time. Oh, say hi to your wife for me. How's Jenny? How's this? But they're business partners. You learn those meaningful type of relationships. Number 9 in the finally, you got this. Don't overthink it. You have what it takes to be charming and close that deal or tackle that business venture successfully. Don't overthink anything. You got it. You have what it takes in you. You're not an imposter. You belong here. Every door just opened for you to be where you're at. You got this. And if you watch until the end and you believe that you got this, please leave a black heart in the comments and comment below what other business videos you guys would like me to go deeper into. And I got you guys. I will see you in the next one. Nah.